Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. Millions of Americans will see an increase in their Social Security checks starting next year. Our Sonia Ellison explains why this is happening and how it will impact retirees across the region.
Today, the Social Security Administration announced that beginning in January, SSI recipients will see a 3.2% increase in their benefits. I went to the Corning Senior Center today to speak with local seniors about it. The SSA says that at the start of the new upcoming year, Social Security recipients are set to receive an average increase of $50 more in benefits each month, while AARP projects $59 per month. But for the Corning area seniors I spoke with today, they say that's just not enough. Susan House of Corning does not think that this will adequately help her keep up with the rising costs of gas, food, and insurance.
Absolutely not. I mean, last year maybe we got a little bit because they gave us an extra amount that we normally didn't get, but we're right back to square one now, and the price of food and gas and everything has increased phenomenally, and that little bit of percentage they're going to give us, it's just a waste.
Fellow local senior Wanda Bayor agrees.
I don't think it's right now they do that.
The 3.2% benefit increase was factored with the COLA, or cost of living adjustment. At the beginning of this year, SSI benefits were increased by 8.7%.
Well, like everyone knows, the cost of everything has gone up. I don't think 3% even comes close to covering what most people think. You know, prices, you go to a grocery store or any place and just everything's up.
Over 71 million people receive SSI benefits across the country, and despite this small increase in SSI, seniors living on fixed incomes locally are concerned that the $50 extra will not go very far in an economy where the cost of living continues to rise. With news for WYDC at the Corning Senior Center, I'm Sonia Ellison.
The Chemung County Sheriff's Office Corrections Division recently received re-accreditation from the New York State Sheriff's Association. This means the division has established a set of standards that goes above those required by the New York State Commission of Corrections. In a statement, Sheriff Bill Schramm acknowledged the hard work of Officer Dan Mandel, who is the Sheriff's Office's Accreditation Program Manager. This is the division's third re-accreditation award. It's never too early to think about Halloween plans. To celebrate spooky season, the Elmira City School District is hosting 2 free family events this year. Both will take place on Friday, October 27th at Elmira High School. There will be a trunk or treat starting at 6:30. Afterwards, you can take part in reading Under the Stadium Lights starting at 7:30. The school says costumes, of course, are encouraged. Glovehouse Family and Children's Services is hiring multiple positions in the Southern Tier. Glovehouse offers counseling, foster care, and social work to families and youth across the region. They are offering a $7,500 sign-on bonus for care managers who are fully trained. For more information, check out the website on your screen. And now the latest tonight on the war in Israel. The U.S. military and the State Department are coordinating a rapid American response to the ongoing fighting between Hamas and Israel. Mike Emanuel has more.
Smoke is rising over Gaza on Thursday as Israel hammers part of the northern Gaza Strip. Troops are carrying out relentless airstrikes in the region as the Israel Defense Forces ramp up their counterattacks against Hamas. Overnight, the Israeli Air Force carried out a wave of strikes that destroyed operational command centers in Gaza and killed a senior Hamas naval operative. Israeli forces say his home was used to store weapons intended to carry out terrorist attacks against Israel. On Thursday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued this warning.
Just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed. And Hamas should be treated exactly the way ISIS was treated. They should be spit out from the community of nations.
Israel has mobilized 360,000 reservists and bolstered troops at the border as it prepares for a possible month-long ground operation in Gaza. The IDF says it's also prepared in the event the violence spreads.
בצפון We are at peak vigilance on the northern border. We are deployed with a lot of power along the border, both with Lebanon and Syria.
As the fighting intensifies, Gaza is now seeing a severe shortage of food, fuel, and medicine, and officials warn a humanitarian crisis is emerging.
UN staff are working around the clock to support the people of Gaza. Crucial life-saving supplies, including fuel, food, and water, must be allowed into Gaza.
The IDF says more than 1,200 Israelis have been killed in just 5 days of fighting. In Urim, Israel, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
It's a math game. Who has the votes to be the next House Speaker? Republicans have their choice, but is enough support there? The drama could play out for days if Republicans don't unite. Caroline Shively has the latest from Washington.
While Israel is on the offensive, carrying out deadly airstrikes in Gaza after a brutal attack by Hamas, the U.S. House of Representatives remains leaderless and unable to deploy any aid or response after Kevin McCarthy's unprecedented ousting 9 days ago.
We're $33 trillion in debt. We got a southern border in crisis. Israel is at war. Can we please get our act together?
We can't drag this out any longer.
Wednesday, Republicans chose Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise as their Speaker nominee in a closed-door election after he beat Representative Jim Jordan by 14 votes. But with the vote on the House floor still delayed, it seems the majority leader is having trouble winning over the additional votes he needs to secure the speakership.
I love Steve Scalise, but again, I'm not on the whip team, but I can count votes, and the votes aren't there for Steve.
Scalise addressing the party in another closed-door meeting Thursday, hoping to rally the holdouts.
We're going to continue to go through this process as we grow our support, work towards getting this resolved and getting the House back open.
Frustrations could work in his favor, though, with some lawmakers just wanting to get this done.
For me to be sitting in this room for an hour and a half while I'm trying to get citizens out of Israel, trying to push this administration to get military aircrafts on the ground, or at least chartered commercial planes on the ground, to get my constituents home, that's more important to me. And we need to elect a speaker and just move on and start governing.
Republicans have said they will not bring a vote to the House floor until they're confident their nominee has enough votes to win the Speaker's gavel. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Mortgage rates rising for the fifth straight week and staying near 23-year highs. This amid concerns over whether the Fed will hike interest rates, as well as over the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. The 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 7.57%, according to Freddie Mac. Rates continue to be at their highest level since December of 2000. A year ago, the 30-year rate was averaging 6.92%. Your complete forecast is next, plus this.
If you hate junk fees, have we got a story for you? I'm Caroline Shively in Washington. I'll have details straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, good evening. Over the last week, we have been stuck under a very stagnant weather pattern, but majority of the accumulation locally did come from last weekend into the early week, and much of this week has more just been some hit or miss light rain showers, especially as there was more lake effect rain showers where you can see some of that heavier accumulation there across areas of outside of Erie as well as Ontario. Now, when we talk about our local area, we have continued to work into some of those brighter skies, and that was definitely more prominent today, and we'll still hold on to that for one more day as we'll have those high temperatures again extend into those 60s. Now, if you have some outdoor plans, it's looking a-okay for Friday, but then the weekend, unfortunately, is going to turn back to those rainy conditions. Now, looks like the heaviest accumulation will occur Saturday, and then it will be more of a showery pattern that is going to linger into Sunday. And then we'll see that there will be some hit or miss showers as a short wave is going to slide on through Monday into Tuesday. Not expecting too much accumulation in there, but at least going to be more of that battle of seeing the sunshine and trying to hold to those drier conditions. So as we roll into our Friday, some pockets of some cloud cover and fog cover to start the day as we do hold our low temperatures anywhere from those upper 30s to those lower 40s. But as we work into afternoon sunshine, temperatures climb into those lower 60s. So let's roll through the forecast here. Again, there's some of that morning fog cover, cloud cover extending across the area, but breaks apart with a high pressure system overhead, keeping winds nice, calm, and light. Now, as we head into Friday night through Saturday morning, here's the approach of that next system. So by the morning hours, there we are underneath those showery conditions, and then here's the pockets of some of those more moderate downpours. Now, what we've been watching with the system is that it is continuing to trend farther off to the south. So what we'll have to watch is how much precipitation we're going to walk away with. Could stay more of a showery nature where some spots are only going to talk about maybe a few hundredths of an inch up to about a tenth of an inch. If we get closer to where some of those moderate downpours are, where we see there in Westfield, getting upwards of an inch is a possibility as well. So there is going to be a sharp cutoff as the system continues to trend south. That's going to pull out those rain chances. If it does continue to hold a little farther north, everybody looking at least a chance for a quarter of an inch. Again, there will be those isolated spots. Maybe a few embedded thunderstorms, especially with the warmth that we have around, but nothing expected to be strong nor severe. So as mentioned, again, one more dry day with seasonable temperatures underneath that sunshine. So again, get outdoors and enjoy this as we'll turn to that weekend with those showery conditions around. Saturday, looking at highs holding into the 50s. With that earlier arrival, it makes for those temperatures to struggle to climb. Now, Saturday does stay quieter to start with the winds, but then winds will pick up as that low moves out. So we'll get some of those gusty winds out of the north from Sunday into Monday. That also sends that shortwave across the region. So with that shortwave one, we note that temperatures will hold into those low to mid 50s. It also may be able to shake out a few more showers there into the middle of next week. Not expected to see significant accumulation, but at least another week of battling the cloudy and cool conditions.